Hello and welcome back to the channel, kit review time. This time we are going to be looking at Special Hobbies 1/72 C-37C DEUCE US Marine Corps. So this is a re-release. They've just re-released it from a kit that was first released in 2007. There also is the CH-37B, which is the Mojave, which is the Army one, and obviously, as it says, this is the Marine version. So this one is kit number 72172. All right, and obviously made in the Czech Republic. So nothing much to report on the box sides. Typical special of it. Nice little rendition though of the actual helicopter. So this, I think, was really one of the first heavy lift helicopters from Sikorsky before they moved on to obviously other models of things, you know, the Jolly Green Giant, stuff like that. But I like this helicopter. I like early helicopters. There's something that about them that just gets my interest going. So let's have a quick look in the box. So this is my kit, so as you can see, you can get a mass set from Special Hobby. This does not come with the kit. I will state that now, so I will put that to one side out the way. Usual set of instructions, and then we've got a bag full of bits. So as you can see, all in one bag. Thankfully there's quite a bit in there, but a couple of sprues by the looks of it, and then a bag of resin. So again, nice resealable bag. So we'll just take all the parts out and then we will have a look what we've got. So, beautiful set of decals. Just pull that out of the way. So, we'll have a look at them. We have a bag of resin, which I think you've got with the original kit. The clear parts, which seems to have come off its runner, unfortunately. They're in there, at least they're in a separate bag than the actual sprues themselves. So we've got, how many sprues we've got 4. So we've got a little one with the drop tanks on, and the rotors, and the sponsons and other bits. So let's just put all those to one side, and we will start off with the instructions. Okay, so typical instructions in English and Czech. As you can see, obviously a bit of information about the helicopter itself, and all the dimensions and technical data there as well. So just zoom in a little bit there for you so you can see that. So there you go, nice bit of history on there. Nice little booklet as well, rather than the pull out one. So again, sprue call outs, what you get in there, and you do get a mass set. I tell a lie, you do get a mass set with this, so we'll have a look at that as well. I didn't realise that came in with it. That's a nice touch. I like that. That's it. That seems to be happening a lot with newer releases, that they are chucking in a mass set in, and especially with a helicopter like this. So starting off as usual with cockpit. So seating, obviously instrument panel, which looks like a bit of photo-etch parts and the film. So again, you'll get a nice bit of detail there. What you'll see when it's actually built, don't know. We'll have a look at the glazing, but again, resin as well. So PUR obviously means resin, and the PP means photo-etch, which I presume there is a yeah, there you go, look, a sort of call out on the instructions of what's what. So PP, photo-etch, and then obviously your resin parts all up here, which is PUR. So keep an eye out for that when you're building this. Just pull the camera back out a little bit so you can see. So yeah, that's it. Starting off with the cockpit, and then obviously onto the actual glasswork in the cabin. I presume you can have the door open or closed. By the looks of that, you've got an option there. So again, read the instructions just to see, you know, what you need to do. Rotor head going in, or the actual, you know, mount for the rotor head, and then obviously some little sort of grab handles and stuff. Cockpit in. Then you're on to the engine nacelles, which hang out the side of this helicopter. So again, looks pretty straightforward. That's a wheel bay as well for the undercarriage, and then some exhaust coming out the back. So a bit of photo-etch there. I think that's solid. That's not photo-etch on that. I don't think that's the kit part. So Again, there is no engine detail with that, so if you did put a photo etch, if you did change it out for a photo etch, just bear in mind there's nothing behind that at all, so you know, you will have a bit of a void. Moving on to the undercarriage next. Again, bit of a mixed media kit, so you've obviously got resin wheels, then a bit of photo etch for the hanging out bits, as I call them, and then the actual struts I think are plastic. Yep, they're plastic. So again, super glue is going to be required for obvious reasons for that. Again, obviously the struts that keep the undercarriage in place is next, and then onto the side sponson itself. So you've got the little winglets, and then the engines themselves are going to attach to that. Clear parts next, which is nice touch. Get some wipers with that and some actual window runners as well for when they used to slide the windows open. So obviously careful gluing is going to be required for that, so not to actually fog up all your lovely clear parts. Obviously that's the top instrument panel that goes here, sticks underneath there, so again that's in photo etch, so a couple of parts of that I think is a nice touch. Rotor head itself, which is a bit of a mixed media thing, so the actual rotor head is resin, then you've just got some styrene parts that are going to fit to it, so again alignment and super glue will be required. Obviously clear parts going on, and then the actual nose part itself, which is, we will see, comes in a clear part, so you can mask that off, which now obviously I've just seen you get the mask set in it, so that's a nice thing. No messing about this. I presume you can have it open or closed, even though there's no detail actually going into the cargo bay itself. So again, if you did want them posed open, you'll be doing a bit of scratch building to put a bit of detail in there. Tail rotor then next, again mixed a bit of photo etch in there with the styrene parts. Resin bit for the back of there, not sure actually what that is, but a bit of resin. Then the actual door itself, so if you're going to pose that open or closed, again no detail inside, so you'll have to put something in there if so required. And then last but not least is the drop tanks itself. Again, look pretty straightforward, a little bit of photo etch to add to that, and then they attach nicely. So obviously there's going to be a line up of how it should actually look if it's all square and true. Yeah, easier said than done, I think. And then obviously the final bits going on in part 25. So pretty straightforward. I've got a bit of, so you've got three options here with your decals. So there you go, 1961 California, Marine Corps Air Station Santa Ana, California, with a K. Here we go, 1961. And you've got Marine Corps Air Station again, same place, Santa Ana in California, 1962. I quite like the one with a bit of orange on it, actually adds a bit of colour and yellow. And then finally you've got this one here, which is New River, Jacksonville, South Carolina, I think, or North Carolina. My apologies. There you go. I'm reading it in Czech. North Carolina, 64 to 65. So three options here, and that one's quite got the googly eyes on it as well. So that's another nice option. So let's just make sure I've got that right. Yeah, Santa Ana, California, May 1962, and September 1961 for Santa Ana, California. Yeah. So there you go. And I didn't notice that, but that one's got googly eyes on it in orange as well. Oh, and that one. So all three's got the googly eyes. There you go. But interesting looking helicopter. So there's your instructions. We will next have a look at the actual styrene itself. So we'll start off with the fuselage half. So actually you've got to bear in mind this is an early special hobby kit, so it's I would say the semi-limited run now. I wouldn't say they can fully limited run, but this is quite obviously a mixed media kit, and again but all recessed panel lines, and actually really nicely recessed as well, really fine and in scale, which you expect from special hobby. If you've ever seen any of their kits, they are nicely done. Not a lot of flash either, to be honest. Not a lot at all. That's going to be a bit of a pain there where the runner attaches, but you know, saw that off, a bit of careful sanding, should be able to detach that with no problem. Like I say, no actual detail inside, so if you was planning on having things open, just bear that in mind. You'd have to fill this void with something. But so there's the fuselage off. We'll do the drop tanks. We'll just do it as in, a bit out of order. Actually, really nice detail on the drop tanks. I don't know if they've not been redone, if that's not a new sprue. I know that it says it's got new parts in this one, which is a 2023 release. So I'm not 100% because I can't remember seeing the actual original, but quite nice detail on that with a bit of photo etch. Bring that to life, really, really nice. So onto the next sprue, which has got all the booms on it, I think, by the looks of it, and engine bits. So all part of the engine bits. Again, a little bit of flash on some of the parts. So a bit of clean up needed. Obviously undercarriage legs there as well, or the main struts themselves before you add in all the resin and bits and bobs. It's the front, I think, where the googly eyes go. So, and obviously tail wheel there. Actually overall not too bad at all. Not too bad, the moulds have held up not too bad. And then last but not least, this is the rotor blades and the door, and obviously some of the other detail bits. But again, careful removal of the parts. A little razor saw would be good for that, or a single edge snips. Should get them off clean, and shouldn't have any problem with that. So yeah, all the plastic styrene parts look nice. Okay, so moving on to the clear parts, which come in a nice separate bag. Unfortunately, the parts seem to have fell off the runner, so we'll see what these are like when we open them up. Hopefully they're not too scuffed and scratched. Alright, so detach them from that. Alright, so we'll start off just with the side windows, which, if I just put my hand behind it, actually don't look too bad at all. The clarity's not too bad. It's not like a frosted window, thankfully. As long as they fit in the holes that are in the fuselage, that should be okay. There's no lip actually, so it looks like they're just gonna sort of butt fit in. Let's just grab a bit of fuselage and see. So, but there is, I think there's a bit of recess actually on the fuselage, so there might just be something for it to grip to, so they don't just fall through. But yeah, they don't look too bad at all. We'll move on then. These are the actual nose bits where the loading bay is. Again, you've got the, obviously the windows there which need masking, and then that's all going to be fuselage colour. So nice you haven't actually got to individually put windows in. It's not a bad way of doing it, to be honest. So, and then obviously if you're going to have them shut, I don't know what they will close like, but care is probably going to be needed if you're going to put them up together. And might actually a bit of a strengthener in there as well, a bit of styrene or something, just to give it something to grip to when you're not going to see it down the bottom. Don't know, but the idea is there. And then obviously the actual canopy itself, which again is, you've got quite decent framing to mask off, even though this does come with a mask set. So if you didn't have one, it's not the be all and end all. There's something to mask off. But yeah, that's clarities wise, it's actually not too bad. And you can see, there you go, not too bad at all really. Like I said, I don't know if I know this has got new parts. I don't know what the new parts are. I don't know if they've redone the clear parts, to be honest, or they're from the original. So again, bit of research for yourself, I think, for that. Right, resin. Let's have a look what we've got, because we have got a proper bag full of resin here. And probably half of it is off the... Move stuff out of the way. You get bits of shards of resin, and don't chuck anything away because you don't know what's fell off. And it's just knocking around in the bag. So let's have a look, see what we've got. So we've got a bit of a rotor head. Let's just zoom in a smidge so you can see. So that's nicely done. Again, careful removal of part with a razor saw is a must, I think, with that. And then obviously if you're using Resin, you know, get your health and safety gear out, because it's nasty stuff when it gets in your lungs. So, you know, gloves, mask, respirators, things like that, goggles, whatever. I think you got the two wheel wells, which again got nice detail in them. Not badly cast at all. Them got a bit of a casting block there, but to be expected. Cockpit floor, which again is nicely done, nicely detailed. That look cracking under a coat of paint, with the seats and the bit of photo etching. Again, you're going to be test fitting, especially joining the fuselage up, just to make sure that that's seated properly, because there is, I'll bring this back again, no like locators for it to rest on. So if that's going to drop into there, whichever way, probably something like that, I think. Yeah, you're probably going to need something just to either wedge it in or help to support it so it just doesn't fall into oblivion. Wheels, which again is nice, always nice to have resin wheels. Nicely detailed, they'll look nice again under a coat of paint. I think they're the runners for the doors. I am not 100%, there's something there. I don't know what that is without looking on the instructions. Okay. Not 100%, but whatever it is, you'll have to be careful. There's another bulkhead, I think that's the back of the cockpit. Okay, nice touch there, nice detail. Instrument panel. So again, flakes of resin falling off all over. So once that's got its film on and its photo etch cover, that'll look pretty smart. I think they are undercarriage bits, I think, because there's two of them. Yeah, there's the undercarriage parts. Another set of wheels, because it's got twin wheels on it, as you can see. I think that's the rear rotor, rear tail rotor head. Again, beautifully cast. And there we've got some seats and a couple of other bits that I don't know what they are. I think, oh, I don't know, is that? Oh, that looks like a part that's fell off. So does that. This is where you got to be very, very careful of not to be throwing things away that you think scrap resin, and it's actually part of the kit. Oh, let's get back there. So there you go, nicely cast seat. So resin looks nice. Last but not least, we should have the bit of photo etch, which I didn't mention first off, and the decals. So we'll open this bag as well. Carefully trying to take them out so we don't rip them. There we go. Here we go. So, photo etch. We'll do the photo etch first. Again, really thin photo etch. Really, as you can see, pliable. So you can have all your bits I mentioned in the instructions on there. Varnishes, I think, on there as well. And then there's your instrument panel. And there's your film. I'll try and show the film. There you go. Which again, I don't think you'll see a lot actually when it's in there, but it is a nice touch. So this is definitely, like I say, a multimedia kit. And then your set of decals, which are actually really, really nice when you get them the right way around. There we go. You know, not too much carrier film, as you can see in the light. Your warnings and stuff. So again, not many decals on helicopters, so that's good. Definitely a plus in my world. Not too many decals. And then I might as well show you, last but not least, what I didn't think you got with it, but you do now for this one, is a canopy mast set. So that will make her life a lot easier. A hell of a lot easier. There you go. So all in all, actually, it's not a bad little kit. Again, I don't think it's for the beginner by any stretch. I think a bit of experience will be needed because it's a multimedia kit. But again, if you're into your helicopters or oil helicopters, then you know, here's the kit for you. So there we have Special Hobbies 1/72 C-37C DEUCE US Marine Corps. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Helps with all the analytics, and I will see you in the next one.